Good morning everybody, if it is morning when you're watching it. What's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this bike? It's got something wrong with it and it's annoying me. See if you can spot it. It's quite easy to spot. Look at the gap between the tyre and the mudguard. That's really bothering me. It shouldn't be anywhere near like that. And I thought I want to find out the reason why. Well, this bike came, when I bought it, it came it came with a big file of paperwork. A huge file. It's massive, loads of it. And in there is a receipt for a Model G, Royal Enfield Model G rear mudguard, and that's what this is. It's a C section, as you can see, when it should be a D section. But the Meteor mudguards had a valance in there, all the way round, like that, which brought it down lower as well. And these hoops, what I call the mudguard mounting hoops, these ones, they all look the same, but they're not. And these are Royal Enfield Model G as well. Now, I'm not having a pop at the last owner at all, because he did whatever he had to do to get this bike to the condition it is now. So I can't knock him at all. But it just bothers me that it's got that big gap. And you can't mount the back of the seat because there's no mounting point on here. So, what am I going to do about it? Well, there's only one thing I can do about it, and that is to get a new mudguard. And it is amazing that a 72-year-old bike, there's somebody making new mudguards for. The front one's right, but the back one isn't. And that's why the seat has got a huge gap underneath it at the front. It doesn't fit properly. And I did actually tell you a bit of a lie, not knowingly, but I did say that in the last video that they came from the factory with a single seat. Well, the very early ones might have done. I think it was an option. But every one I've seen, as I'll put some adverts, factory adverts up, they've all got dual seats on. So I was wrong there. Plus I was wrong. Never mind. So they did have a dual seat with an option of a single seat if you wanted it. But most people had the dual seat. And what confirms that it should have a dual seat is in the pack of paperwork. There's a dating letter, because obviously it was it dropped off Swansea's system at some point when I suppose when they went over to the new system. It didn't get put on, but I don't know if you can see that. I'll get it up close enough. Frame number 290. This is a dating letter from the Royal Enfield Owners Club, and they own all the factory records. 700 Meteor, frame number 290, dispatched on the 10th of February 1953, Jenkin and Purser in Hampshire. And that was issued on the 1st of February 1996. So that's obviously when they re-registered it. So it has got an age-related number. So there's a little bit of its history there. Yeah, so these mudguards, they come drilled and ready to sort of paint, and when it turns up, it should turn up probably tomorrow. I ordered it this morning, so Hitchcocks are really good at getting stuff out. They're not cheap, but it makes the bike right, doesn't it? I know it doesn't affect the bike at all having the wrong mudguard on it, only cosmetically. But it would be nice to get a dual seat, the right one, which I've got. The right dual seat, brand new, that will go on, and I'll fit it. But these rear hoops, they should be bullet ones, because it is a bullet frame. And I've got in stock a pair of bullet hoops, and if I offer them up, that one goes on there, and that one goes on there, if I can hold them in the right place, which is about there. Can you see the difference in the height? I'm going to lose 2 inches out of that gap straight away, and then the rest of the gap will be taken up by the valance on the mudguard. So that's sorted out, and then I can get the right seat and make it fit nicely, and the rear mudguard. And that's the other reason why this number plate is at a crazy angle, tilted forward like that. It should be down here. That's where it should be, down there. So I can do all that, because it'll have all the holes already pre-drilled of where it's got to go anyway. They come in primer, so I've just got to do a bit of tin bashing if it needs it, to get it, make sure everything's right on it, and then I'll re-primer it and black it and clear coat it and bolt everything on. So that's the plan, to make it more like it was from the factory. I'm changing the rear tyre. It's 100 years old. It's got great tread on it, but it had been boot polished, which is the old trick of getting them through an MOT when they've got cracks in the tyres. The other side of the tyre, I don't even know if the camera will pick it up. It is cracked. It's very old, this tyre. It still feels okay, but it's too old. It's cracking on the walls. Can't be doing with it. Has to have a new one. So I've got a new tyre for it. I ordered the transfers, Meteor 700, which go on there, and they've arrived, along with the Royal Enfield in gold, which goes on the back of the mudguard. Obviously I'm not going to put it on this mudguard because it's coming off, because it's not the right one for the bike. The paintwork is, yeah, it's okay at 5 yards away. When you get up close to it, it's not been finished. It needs flattening off and buffing up, and then clear coating. That goes for the tank as well. It's not quite as good as it could be. You can see it's a little bit orange peely. It'll all flatten off, and then I'll clear coat them. The rest of it's quite nice. It's just the tank and the mudguards really. The toolboxes could do with a polish up as well. And then I'll clear coat those as well, and clear coat the logos on as well. The air filter missing. I think I can get round that. It's the same dimensions as a bullet one, but the pipe that connects to the carburetor goes in the back of the filter on these, and on the bullet it comes straight out and goes into the front of the air box, the air filter. but I need to get something on there because I want to hide that coil. I don't want it. You don't want to be looking at the coil, do you? It should be hidden from view. But as you can see by the coil, it's still on 6 volt, and it will remain on 6 volt because there's no quick way or easy way of converting a Lucas dynamo to 12 volt. I know people say that you can use a 12 volt regulator and it'll, if you rev it hard enough, it will actually charge. Well, what about when you're just tootling around in town and your lights go flat and then you lose your ignition? You don't need any of that, do you? It's charging, it's on 6 volt. I'm going to leave it as it is. I know you're not going to see a great amount on 6 volt lights, but they're enough to stop you getting hit, sort of thing, you know. People can see you. I haven't found a voltage regulator on this anywhere yet. It might be in the toolbox, might be in here. It might have an electronic one. I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll look into that. And after I've done all that, I don't think I'm going to do anything else to it. I had a look in my stock of Royal Enfield spares, and I have got some knee grip rubbers that it says Royal Enfield instead of just Enfield. So they'll get changed over. When I did a vehicle check on this, it's actually saying maroon. So it has been repainted and it was originally maroon. But I'm not going to change the colour on it now. It is what it is, and it's quite okay. Mechanically it's really good. Excuse me, I had that come in, didn't I? Yeah, it's really good mechanically. Can't find any faults with it. It might be just leaking a little tiny bit of oil out those 2 banjos there, which do the rockers. It's a little bit wet below it. I don't know if you can see that. Just a little bit wet. But it's only a minor leak, but I should just put a spanner on there and just crack the nuts and see if I can get them a little bit tighter. I don't think it's coming from the crankcase joint, but it's hardly life-threatening, that isn't. I've got a monoblock carburetor to go on this, a nice one, which is still too late for this bike, and it won't go any better if I do fit it. They are a very small carburetor for a 700. They're only 11/16. That's all they are. But that helps with the torque a bit. It doesn't do anything for performance, but it does help with the torque. So we're going to polish up all the cases and get them all gleaming and back to where they should be. And give the whole bike a good polish up. Get all the rocker boxes and that polished up a bit better. Don't like the fins all polished because, well, you know, shiny things don't lose the heat as fast as sort of sandcast things, do they? But yeah, it's just I'm being finicky and picky now. Yeah, if I went over to 12 volt, you really need to put an alternator on it. That means I've got to put Super Meteor primary cases on it. And I don't want to do that because this sets it apart. I've got the different cases. Then I could put an alternator on it. But it's a lot of work. Got to change the battery, got to change all your bulbs, got to change your horn. You know, you've got to change your coil. All the speedo bulbs, you know, it all adds up, doesn't it? It makes a lot of work and you don't get anything really much out of it. So there we are. That's the plan. That's where I am with it, and we're going to make it a little bit better. I'm dying to polish that case up this side. I'll pick the letters out in black, match the bike. A lot of people pick them out in red, but I don't think they look so good. That's only a personal thing, that is, isn't it? And that dreadful seat, that's got to go. That big gap under the front, not right at all. Not right at all. Too thin. Not enough padding on it. It's the right sort of shape, but doesn't fit properly. So the next video I do will probably be a ride out on this one, because it is all on the road now, and you can see what it's all about, how good it all is, what it sounds like, and do some commentary on it, and let you see. I'll tell you how good the brakes are and everything. They're not bad, actually. I have been out on it already, but yeah. So I'll do that before I start changing mudguards, or while the mudguard's drying, after I've painted it or whatever. I'll do all that. But this is no bigger than a bullet, because it's in a bullet frame. That's what the factory did. They put them in a bullet frame, so they're no bigger than a bullet. I mean, I brought it back in the back of my van. Every bike I've had has been in the back of that van at some point. Even the 750 Interceptors, which are a longer wheelbase than these, they go in there without too much of a struggle. So I'm going to change the oil, and change the oil in the gearbox and primary chain case, so I can start afresh with it. I know where I am with everything. That'll help it. And I think the stand could do with another ½ an inch on it, on the bottom. The trouble is with those aluminium stands is that you start them up on concrete, rev them up, and they tend to walk backwards a little bit, like all bikes do, twins, when you rev them. And it wears, I mean, it's only aluminium, and it wears that off over the years. I mean, how many times has it been on a stand in its life? You know, in 72 years, you know, quite a few times, isn't it? And they're just down a little bit. That holds the bike up, but you can't get the rear wheel clear of the ground. So it just needs a little bit more on it. And I'm going to put a side stand on it. I've already had a measure up. And the side stand goes between there and the footrest bolt. And that dimension is exactly the same as a bullet. So as long as it clears the silencer and goes up high enough, it will get one of those. Just and I'm going to save this when I'm working on it. The centre stand, I'll just save that for when I need to get it up off the ground centrally like that. So it's coming together bit by bit, the plan. So like I say, we should have the mudguard tomorrow, providing it doesn't need too much tin bashing. I can get to work on it and get it all fitted, and then take it all off again and paint it. But I'll before I do any of that though, I will do a ride out video on this bike, so that you can see how it all performs and what it sounds like, and it does sound nice on the road. Anyway, there we are. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. I know these big Enfields are not everybody's cup of tea, but you've got a YouTube channel, you've got to put something on it, haven't you? And this is what I'm interested in at the moment, so I hope you might be sort of a little bit interested, or You haven't, don't nod off and go to sleep when you're watching it. Right, thanks so much for watching anyway, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.